Good Monday morning, everyone. Oh my gosh, you guys, here in Texas, we just aren't built for the cold. Okay. It's 45 is our high, and we've already hit that today, and it's rainy, and it's just a cold as hell day outside. So we're all bundled up and ready to just have a fun conversation. So, you guys listening to me, Amy, Russell, and Valerie this morning on Author Talk. So, you guys, okay, there's so much to unpack. So, I'm glad that it's just us catching up. So you guys know I went to my mom's for Thanksgiving and Joshua's family on Friday for Thanksgiving. And it is always just a fun, crazy experience. It was the trip from hell for me. Now, if you ask Josh, it is a completely different story that he will tell you. I'm just the more honest one. Okay. So, one, we left 3 hours late, not because of me. I'm going to justify this right now. Not because of me. On top of that, 20 minutes into our car ride, Sky's Starbucks had spilled all over my dog and the comforter that my dog was on. It was hell. And then it was a 3.5 hour road trip turned into 4.5 hours because 35 is under construction and backed up, and people don't know how to drive and they're getting in accidents. And I am not a road tripper. I don't like long car rides. 3.5 hours is my max, just in general. I get really angry. I just don't like them. So it was a really miserable car ride. Okay. I'm just going to
Okay,
point
I
that
like
out.
that story right there. That's a good
I'm t-
story. That makes me
it was
happy.
just it was just terrible. Okay. And then what really set me over the edge. Now, me and my family, we all joke around. We all have spunky personalities. And one of my sisters lives an hour from my mom, and I live 3.5 hours. So it's kind of like an unspoken race to get to my mom's to park in the driveway next to my dad's. My sister beat me by 30 minutes and decided to take a photo and said, "You lost." And I don't know why, but that just put me over the edge. And I was like, "Move your ass. I drive the furthest. Get off." Like, it was a whole thing. So Wednesday was not a good day for me at all. It was I woke up, I got to my mom's house with violence on the brain. Okay. Like, I did. But my Thanksgiving was lovely with my mom. It's fun to just get together. My brother-in-law and
Yeah,
my
sounds like it
nephew
was
were at
fun
the
to get
Kansas
together.
City Chief Dallas Cowboy game.
I watched that game. That was
I
a good
know.
game.
They were at the Kansas City
No, it
Dallas
was not
Cowboy
a good
games.
game.
And then they also yeah, I mean, I know if you're a Kansas City Chief fan, it was not. I'm not a Cowboys fan, so I can
Yeah,
feel for you.
Thanksgiving without football, though.
But they also got to go to the UTA&M game. Now, all of you guys, if you have been listening to for any amount, I know. Okay, everyone lagged out. I'm back. Okay. If you've been listening to our show for any amount of time, you know that I'm up here in Aggie land, and I'm not an Aggie fan. Okay. So I just hook 'em. I'm so happy that our Longhorns won. It makes me very happy. It's very sad up here in town, but I am thoroughly vibing, very excited. But me and Josh have gotten into college volleyball. And so we watched the tournament last week, and UT had beat A&M in volleyball. So I was like, oh, maybe this is what's going to happen. Fantastic game. And it was even more sweeter because I was at my in-laws, which is a house full of Aggies, in my burnt orange, going for my Longhorns. So it was fantastic. It was just a fun experience to be at. But then I had to come home. My kids decided to get sick. And then, we have school this morning, so I got to get my ass up early. So it was just crazy. But okay, so if you're watching us, I don't have any makeup on because, one, it's been
Because
a
it's
crazy ass
scary.
morning. I like to scare Russell on Mondays too. It's like a fair thing that we like to do. But two, and I'm sure most of you guys can relate to this. I got lost in a book this morning and I ran out of time, and I literally read this book until the very end where I was like, damn it, I got to shower and dry my hair if I'm going to look any kind of presentable. So that's why I don't have any makeup on. But I'm curious to see what all you guys did. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Russell, I see that you're no longer homeless, and I'm so excited for you to have a home. That's exciting. So I want to hear all about your guys' Thanksgiving.
Yes, and I want to hear about Valerie's, whether she stays with margaritas once the holidays hit or if she modifies her nightly drinks.
But first, I want to know, what book, Amy, were you reading that you had to finish?
Yes, was it one of those dark romances?
I mean, it kind of is. So it's called the Alpha's Unwanted Luna, and I'm not.
Yeah, well,
You guys
that sounds
know.
pretty dark, dude.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
big on like werewolf stories, but you guys know I'm also a sucker for these app-based stories where you read kind of, scene by scene. And it sucked me in last night. I stayed up till 2:30 reading it. I had to take my kids to school this morning, and then I had to take my car in to get an oil change. And so I've just been like kind of steady, just engulfing this book. And it's just because each scene leaves me on a cliffhanger where I'm like, damn it, I need to know. Like there's tension building and all this stuff. So I need to know. And then like now she's been kidnapped and all this stuff. But that's the book I'm currently reading is The Alphas Most Wanted.
So you're reading from the webpage.
I'm no, it's an app. I'm just reading it's scene by scene is what I'm reading.
Right.
So
What's the name of it?
The Alphas Unwanted Luna.
No, the app.
Oh, good novel. Good
Okay.
novel. And he's a werewolf alpha, right? So he's like king and she's a human. So that's the difference between them. That's why he doesn't want her because she's a human.
So
So
she kidnaps him?
no, she's currently kidnapped, but she's kicking ass right now. Like I left off where she's kicking ass. So we'll see what happens. But that's why I don't have any makeup on. I got lost in the story. My
But you
bad.
also said you went and got an oil change and you sent your kids to school this morning?
I did. Yeah.
Bravo.
I've been
Bravo.
up since 6, you
You're a
guys. I've been
busy
up since
mom.
6.
That's a
I got my
Monday
kids.
after Thanksgiving.
I'm telling you, I got
6,
my
is that
kids.
all? You slept
Well,
late.
no, but I got my kids ready for school, and then Josh took them to school so he could pick me up at the dealership, so I didn't have to wait for the shuttle. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't like riding in shuttles. It's just awkward because it's like silent. No one really talks to you, and I'm a talker. Like awkward
Yeah.
situations, I have to talk.
And
And
I really hate riding in shuttles with people that talk to me because it's gross.
well,
They
then
need
this
to
is
shut
why.
up and look in their phone.
I mean, I do that too, but I get car sick, so I can't do that. So it's
Mhm.
it's just an experience. So I made Josh come pick me up today from the dealership.
Josh has just really had a different type of Thanksgiving holiday, hasn't he?
If you listen to him, it was a great time and everyone was so great and the car ride wasn't hell. It was a much different experience for me, for sure. Yes.
Because was he the one driving and you were the one handling everything else, right?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I was the one handling, taking
Wow.
care of
That sounds like
everyone.
my wife would have a version like that, Valerie.
Yes,
It
yes.
was
I can totally
terrible.
relate.
It was
I'm the
terrible.
person who used to crawl in the back of the minivan and like trying to find the thing that got dropped between the seats and
To
try,
whack the
or fix.
kids to shut up.
Yeah. Oh
Yes,
God. Oh God.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
I told David there's a reason you married a small person because this is the stuff I have to do. Or when the kids got stuck in the tunnels at McDonald's and I'm like,
Oh,
why? Or
yes,
Chuck
and
E.
you have to
Cheese.
go up there. Yes,
You
Yes.
should have just
Yes.
left them there. You'd know where they were then.
that's fair.
They were screaming or crying and it was very dramatic. It's very dramatic.
Turn your earphones up.
At Chuck E. Cheese, I wish.
Well, you shouldn't go to Chuck E. Cheese besides that. Tell us what you did, Valerie.
Oh my gosh, what did I do? I cramped my daughter came in extra early so we could go and do a bunch of fun stuff. And we did. We crammed in like a restaurant visit. We went to the Balloon Museum. We went to the Buffalo Bayou Cistern. And then Wednesday was cooking day, of course. So, and I think I told you guys my mom has moved here finally. So, they spent the whole day cooking with her, and I was cooking at my house. And then Thursday we had 13 people. So it was good. It was good. We did everything very smooth. It went smooth, and it was great. Just lots and lots of food. And Friday was the Nutcracker. So I couldn't, and that was the first I got invited to go backstage at the Nutcracker, which was just
Ooh,
very
fun.
Okay.
cool.
We're talking
Very
about
cool.
Nutcracker ballet, not Nutcracker shopping, right?
No, the ballet. Yeah, the
You went
ballet.
to the
Yeah,
market though too, right? Didn't you go to the
yeah, that
Nutcracker
was
market?
a couple weeks ago, but yeah, this was the ballet. It was open night. And it's so cute to see a lot of families there. There was a little girl sitting in front of us and she had her little stuffed bear, and every time the ballet did something, she put the little bear up and go, yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
But
Oh, I actually am not making fun of you because I'm jealous. I love the Nutcracker. I love Tchaikovsky, and uh, if it was up to me, I would go 2 or 3 times a year.
it
But
was
it's
so
so
great.
expensive that you really can't. But it's
Yes,
just beautiful. And I'm not
it was
actually
amazing.
criticizing the cost because the Nutcracker is the major fundraiser for every ballet company. So
Hmm.
I'm not even criticizing that. I'm just saying that I love it.
It was beautiful. It was so I don't know because we had really great seats or just everything, but and my husband swears that they redid the sets a little bit, but I was just enthralled by because every year like, oh, I've seen this before, but it's every year it's just like
It
wow,
doesn't matter.
wow,
It's
wow, wow,
it's
wow.
just perfect. The
It is.
Tchaikovsky is just perfect.
It was
I've
perfect.
never seen
And
it.
oh
Oh,
my gosh,
really? And you
Yeah.
you
have
need to
little
come.
girls? You need to make it a weekend next year since Josh
Yes.
is going to be miserable during the holidays anyway. And he can bring you and his little girls and go to the
Yes.
Nutcracker. It's worth it. In fact, you can still do it and it's
Yeah,
worth the trouble. It's a
it
big
just
deal.
started. It just started, so
I'll have to
it's
look into
amazing.
it. Yeah, I'll
And
have to look
everybody
into it.
that's listening, there will be a Nutcracker in almost every town where they're almost 100% certainty that within 50 miles there will be a Nutcracker somewhere. You should
Yes,
take
yes,
your family and go see it. And if they won't go see it, like the family I grew up in, then you should just take a friend and go see it
yes.
because it is spectacular.
It is. It is. It's so timeless. Just to the story in general. And they were telling us how they did some of the special effects, like when the brother breaks the Nutcracker, and they have it like all. It was pretty cool.
Right.
It was, and they were showing us just a bunch of other things they did backstage. It was just very special to see all that when the rat pokes his face.
When did they show you that? Did you go to the pre-show explanation
We
show?
No, no, it was the show started at 7:30 and then we were there at 6:45. So it was literally right before the show. And it wasn't very long, but it was a chance just to walk back there, come in, see the set, see the people running around. Some of the dancers had their costumes or just half of the costumes on, and they were all warming up or whatever. But it wasn't very long because we had to get out of there so they could be ready. But it's very special.
So that's
Nice.
spectacular.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
So when I was right out of law school and Melinda and I just got married and we were very poor and we lived in Houston, we would during the holidays we would go to the Galleria and
Yeah.
watch because we were too poor to actually buy things, and we would window shop and we would ice skate
Mhm.
and we would eat from the food court and just get in the Christmas, you know, mood.
yeah.
And so my oldest granddaughter Vivi is like 8 years old now, and I thought, what a way to start the holiday and do something. When you have several grandkids or several kids for that matter, doing an individual connection with each one,
Mhm.
it becomes more of a challenge that you have to pay attention to. So this was a way to connect with my oldest granddaughter. So I actually on Tuesday took her to the mall and we went ice skating just like I did with her grandmother and I did with her mother. So it was
Yeah.
like a thing. And we went ice skating and we had lunch at Chick-fil-A so she could have her favorite chicken nuggets and Sprite.
Mhm.
And then afterwards, we got a cookie that I had to make her promise not to tell the family because I was breaking dietary rules. And so she had to keep it a secret. And she loved that. She immediately tattled on me with my wife. And we did some shopping. It was just a great time. A great
I love
individual connection with my oldest granddaughter.
That's
I
so
love
cool.
And
that.
just 2 days later, she was at a roller rink and snapped her wrist and they had to go to the emergency room and she did not break it, but now her arms is not a cast, but whatever, because there's ligament bruising and it's got a heel brace. I'm
Oh
just
wow.
glad that that didn't happen when she was with me because I would have had to answer to her mother. So thank God.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah.
And then uh, we had Thanksgiving at my daughter's, and we moved in to the money pit, which I'm only saying that because to be continuous with what everything else I've said, but I won't probably say much ever again because we love it so much. And I know this is a grotesque background for me. I will do better. I have all sorts of ideas about what my background can be in these shows. It's just that we still have repairmen and stuff coming through.
Mhm.
So I really couldn't do my show. I'm in my gymnasium within the house right now. And I don't even have anything on the walls. I don't even have my TV to work out while I watch on the wall yet. So it is what it is. Uh I will never have a background as good as the forest that I lived in Atlanta
That's
because
Mhm.
true.
That was,
nobody
yeah.
has their own mountain forest that's in their background.
Oh, yeah.
That's
So
yeah.
I'll never have that. But I will have something better than a blank wall. And so I just had a spectacular weekend, but I've been buried in uh, multiple grandchildren and uh, unpacking and moving all weekend. And
I
I'm kind
love
of a
that for
zombie, and
you.
I don't really have anything interesting to say or anything funny to say. I'm just a
Well,
dull-witted person right now.
Well, we got our
more
tree up at least.
Oh, girl. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. That totally reminds me. Let me send a photo. Okay. I'm going to send myself a photo so I can show you guys, but I'm going to give you some context, okay? So, you guys know we've had our lights and everything up for a really long time, right, on our house.
Yes, it's like
Mhm.
September, right?
No, just since the day after Halloween, okay? So,
The day of Halloween.
give me some credit, okay? So, anyways, me and Josh went out on this limb, okay? And we bought something to put on top of our house.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh my
that's
gosh. I love it.
imprudent.
I love it already. I don't even know what it
Imprudent,
is, but I love it.
imprudent.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You guys are going to love it. I'm going to show you two photos because they are relevant. Okay. All right. So, me and Josh bought a 16-foot gingerbread man to go on top of our
I
house.
like that.
So,
That's
here it
funny.
And
is.
so, oh my God,
This
I
is
love
on
that.
top.
Oh, and you can blow it up. I love it. It's funny.
So, this is on
Oh
top
my
of my
gosh, people need
car.
to see this. They need
This
to
is
see
great. So
this.
it's on top of my car. It's not even fully inflated, and he has like a tap hat and everything. Well, so Josh
How do
put it
you
up.
anchor it?
Well, just wait. So
Yeah.
Josh put it up yesterday, and I get a phone call, and he needed help, and so I had to help him. So it is now up on my house, you guys, right here. It's anchored down with strings
I love it. It's
to every
spectacular.
Oh
which
my
way.
gosh, that's
Oh
so
my god.
cool.
So we had people from like, I don't know, 6 streets over get on their golf cart and drive over cuz you can see it that far away. So it's been a lot of fun. It's still currently inflated because we don't know what's going to happen if we deflate it. So it's just going to stay inflated this whole time. But we did put a 16-foot gingerbread man with a top hat
I
on
love
top
it.
of our house yesterday.
I take back my criticism. But I do want to tell you this. I talked to you. I've said before about this neighborhood we moved in where our grandchildren live. It's like massive children everywhere. Well, uh, one of our new neighbors, which we love our new neighbors. Okay. So this is funny. I say this is funny, not complaint, not as a criticism.
Okay.
Is I came over to my wife as the trucks were pulling in to deliver furniture and asked when we were going to decorate for Christmas
You
because
haven't
we're the
even moved
only
in.
we had
So
moved in, and we thought that was pretty funny.
I
that
love
And
is
it.
funny.
that's
I
that's
love
the
it.
neighborhood we live in. That's the
That's
kind of that
great.
tells you right there our neighborhood.
I love
And
it.
we're trying our best.
Ours is doing like a scavenger hunt with houses that have the
Oh,
lights. And so
Does your
mine is
block
just
have a
like
theme that you're supposed to stay with?
No, I might create a theme and just see who wants to do it with me. But
Because we
yeah.
have our block has a theme that we were told that we needed to
Mhm.
follow too, which is
Mhm.
Nice.
snowman.
Oh, that's
And which
cool.
I think is funny. And I got to say this. So we have this old, crappy plywood snowman from, we lived in a high rise for 10 years. You don't recognize that. So it sat in storage from the time we moved into a high rise 10 years ago. Okay. And then we didn't even take it to Atlanta because they don't really approve of, they don't allow decorating in the subdivision we were in. Isn't that interesting?
That's
That's
weird. Yeah.
bizarre.
They don't allow decorating in the, so it stayed in storage in Houston for 10 years. So Melinda, after that neighbor asked her that, and it was a snowman. But it's, you can imagine what it looks like now after all these years. She went
Right.
and stuck it in the middle, in the front of the house. And told
So
them
you're
we'll
on
do
theme.
better next year.
You're on theme. I like it. That's exciting. I think
Mhm.
you're gonna have so much fun just doing that in like a neighborhood and you have a lot of little kids. I think you're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited that you're
Well,
no longer homeless.
even if you go buy one inflatable, that's fine. And you can stick it on
Yeah,
the front yard.
I don't. Now that I've seen what Amy did, and I can tell you, I've not been a fan of the new inflatable thing
Mm.
because I think it's looks like crap. Now, what Amy did is she said, "Okay, we're going to the next giant level," and
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
if I had the energy to decorate. That's the way I would go because Amy has gone way over everyone else without having to put up 5 million lights.
Yeah, I didn't
She
have
just
to
Yes.
do
said,
that.
"Here's the we're playing this game. This
Yeah.
we chosen this lane to go down."
He
I could
Yeah.
set the
do that.
standard. He
I
set the
know, but
standard.
I would worry about how you anchor something like that on the roof of the house without creating weak points for hurricane flooding.
Yeah. Well, we don't have
For
hurricanes
your
up
safety.
here, but Josh is an engineer, so
I know.
it took a hot minute. But we have anchors and the rope is like knotted into it and I got my ass chewed because I just double knotted them when he was on the roof to the pillars because I was like,
What's
I'm
wrong
just
with a
securing.
double knot?
I wasn't supposed to do that, I guess. It was
What were
supposed
you
to be
supposed
like
to do?
a
How'd you
knot
know?
with a loop so we could loop it onto a screw. I don't know, but that's what happened. So, yeah,
Thank God
it was
he's
a
an engineer, right?
we can
Yeah,
do
yeah.
we can do home remodels together, but we cannot anchor a damn gingerbread without I mean,
No, you
just
cannot do home remodels together. You
we
have said
didn't hate
yourself
we
that
didn't hate each other. We
you
hated
had
each other yesterday.
discussion. Oh, did you?
Yes. Yes, we
Well,
did.
that's one of those projects like, no, do it this way, this way, this way, that way.
Yeah,
Don't do it like
this
that.
is where I
Yeah.
just was like, "Well, get off the roof and do it yourself." Like, I'm freezing my butt off. I'm going
Well,
inside.
this is not a dysfunction
Yeah.
of the marriage because listen, I've been married 42 years and my wife and
Mhm.
I can't put a tent up together. Either one does it or the other, but we can't do it together.
It is
Mhm.
challenging. It is a challenging thing. I did get frustrated this last time going camping because I could see how to put this 12-person tent together, and Josh is just him hawing around. It is a challenge. It is. I totally can
I agree.
relate. But Valerie, you never answered. Is your holiday drink still margaritas, or do we change it for the season?
Well, when we went out to dinner the other day, we had a lychee martini with elderberry in it. I was like, "Oh, this might be my new favorite drink." That was pretty cool. Pretty
Oh,
cool.
okay.
You
Yeah,
know,
but
Amy, the
try
funny
new
thing is
things.
she does not like us joking about this anymore,
I
but
love it.
she always has an affirmative answer. Notice
Yes.
she did adjust her drink for the holiday and have a nice drink, even though she didn't really like that we asked that.
I know, but I had to bring it back because I needed to know.
Oh,
You know,
I
I
don't know.
want to
Hey,
know.
I'll never turn down a margarita, whatever. It's very festive in any environment, in any holiday, anything.
It
It's
is,
always a
isn't
good thing.
it? And
Yes.
that's the funny thing. The whole time we were in Atlanta, and we love Atlanta, so I'm not saying anything bad about Atlanta. The 3 years here was spectacular, but we only found one place the whole time that my wife said, "Oh, this is a great margarita." One time.
Really?
That's sad.
Yes,
That's
but
sad.
I must say, the amount of bartenders that know the proper way to make an old fashioned are 10 to 1 better in Atlanta than Houston.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know why, but I
Well,
believe that. I've never been,
so
but I believe that though.
yeah, so that restaurant we went to, they also made a sidecar, which I'm pretty sure I've had one, but just sitting to enjoy it, that's a very strong drink though. And it
Okay, what
tasted
is a
kind of like an old
sidecar?
fashioned. I don't know, but it tasted like an old fashioned. It's very
And
similar.
where was this restaurant again? Remind me.
Nobu. Nobu right there in the Galleria.
Okay, and what kind of restaurant it is? Give us a little review. I want to hear this.
It was Japanese. We were there for the fall
One of my
tasting menu.
favorites.
Yes, it was
So
amazing.
they used Japanese whiskey, that drink then.
Maybe, I don't know. I took a picture of the menu so I could remember what I ordered. So next time if I go back, I can say like this is the one, this is the one. And then they had a special seasonal cocktail, which that one was amazing. I don't remember the name of that one. I think it was a pear puree or something like that.
And
But
was that made
have you
with
ever had,
Japanese whiskey?
I don't know. I'd have to look at the menu. But it had like, have you ever had one with the little egg whites like that? It was good. It was very like you sip it really daintily. But
You
anyway,
know,
it's a great thing. It was 5 courses. So if you're really hungry, Russell, I would recommend that one.
what Japanese is one of our favorite dishes, and
Mhm.
uh, the Japanese do take the same ingredients we do, but they do it differently. They
Yeah.
prepare it differently. They make it taste differently. Uh,
Hmm.
it's like there is a type of fish that I've had 20 times. It's a common fish from the Mediterranean, but it's also common in Japan. But in Japan, instead of cooking it like the whole fish or something, they make flakes out of it because when these fish flakes hit a certain temperature, they start moving, and so
Yes,
they
yes.
integrate a noodle dish with these fish flakes, and then they serve it on a super hot iron dish, and your noodles move as you
I
eat
love
it,
that.
and
Okay.
it is beautiful and it tastes so good.
Okay, I found a little menu thing where I wrote down what I was eating and what I drank. So that one I was telling you about is called Pear Pressure. That's it. It was a cocktail of the month, and then yeah, the lychee martini and the sidecar. So anyway, it was pretty cool with sashimi and nigiri, sea bass, the whole shebang. So it's
Interesting.
like yeah, it was a nice prelude to getting ready to eat Thanksgiving, so you can switch completely.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so Thanksgiving is over. We are like 3 weeks and a couple days till Christmas, right? So
Mhm.
obviously the holiday time is crazy for authors just in general. It's saturated with promotions, right, Valerie and Russell? So
Oh
what
yeah.
are you guys doing? Russell, I know what you're doing. I don't even think you know what you're doing, so I can tell you what you're doing.
Yeah,
But
tell me what I'm doing.
for the holiday season, what all are you guys doing for promotions? Are you thinking about it? The 12 days of page turners is not happening this year. And the prime reason for it is I will be completely candid about it. Last year I did it and I did it 12 days and 2 days. And this year, with both of my kids being in school and they're gone most of the time, there's a lot of things in this small city that I live in that take place after school in like the 5 to 6, 7 hour range. And with both of my kids being in school, I wanted to go to as many of those things with them as I could since I don't get one or both of them home during the day. So, due to that and my poor planning of trying to get my feet under my body this year, I didn't do any of it. I already have plans on when we're going to start doing it and planning it for next year. So, it will be back next year. But this year, just till I get things underneath me, it's not happening. But what all, Valerie, have you seen it like things going out? I know Book Fest is doing stuff. There's different holiday giveaways and those kinds of
Mhm.
things. But what things are you doing for promotions of your books this holiday season?
Well, I have one more market coming this weekend, and it was a market on referral. So I'm very excited about that. It's out in Klein, and I'm a big proponent of trying new audiences for your reach. And so this is a market I've never done. It's an area of town I've never done. So and I did that also all year long, just trying to reach new clients or new, people. And that's been very successful for me myself. So that is my next event coming up. And in general, I am just getting things ready for just a new year
Yeah,
and reaching out to schools and things like that.
I get it.
I
Hmm.
have I spoke a couple of weeks ago about going to a book fair or the fall festival where Valerie was selling. And I got to tell you, she has a great presentation. And my question is, Valerie, how did you develop that? Because you have little giveaways, and
Yes.
you have you seem to have more uh, communication or activity at your table than what I usually see at the author's table. How do
Hmm.
you? What do you? How'd you develop that?
I really credit that to going out over the years and watching other people, especially at different author events, like at the John Cooper School. The John Cooper School annually hosts the Signature Author Series, and they started out with 14 authors when they did it, and I was at, I think, maybe the first or second one. No, I was not at the first one, because but I know I was like maybe like the third or fourth. But they've been doing it for a very long time. But just watching other authors, how they're pulling people to discuss their books, to showcase their books, and then what do they have on their table, why are people visiting them, how are they engaging. And that was my primary like learning point, just seeing what makes a successful table. And yes, once you get them to your table, then we discuss the books, we discuss the whole thing. And a great presentation is part of it. And then also, but you have to be able to communicate and why you have these different things. You can always have a bowl of candy and people will come and maybe take your candy and say hello, but are they going to stay and buy? Are they going to stay and talk to you about the books? Maybe, maybe not, but you want to have a very approachable table where you can open up a path of communication. And that's what I learned from doing a lot of these different events. And it's not just even author events, just seeing how other people were marketing their products, because it's very competitive. And if you don't find a way to get people to you to engage, then they're just going to walk by. They might like, oh, that's nice, and then keep going. But even though I have a big sign on my table that says children's book
It
author, they're like,
it's
oh,
not that big. You don't have a big light flashing
no, I
fancy
don't. I don't
display,
have one of those big stand-up ones or
but
whatever, but it
you
still
do have a
says
very
children's book
attractive.
author.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And what
and
are
a lot
those
of people.
little things? You have little toys or something you give away
Yeah, well,
to the
I
kids.
I
What was
learned
that?
I learned from some of the people at the John Cooper School is they had bundles. They had bundles, and I also did this recently where if people bought 3 books, I would give them a free backpack or a free coloring book of one of the books I have, or just those kind of promotions. But just getting people like, because they're coming shopping for a reason. They're coming for me, they're shopping for kids. And so they're like, oh, hey, this would be a great birthday present. I'm going to a party or next week for my granddaughter. And it's like, well, here you can make a whole little package. And then we make a package and then they have the whole little thing with a book, and it's fun. It just makes it, special. And that's the whole thing, making the whole book experience special.
I do like your table. You have the little donut like plushies.
Hmm.
I want
Yes.
one for myself. Like my kids would like it, but in all like to be completely honest, I would just buy one for myself because it's cute and it goes with the book because then I'm gonna buy the book, right? But I have a
Yes,
question
yes.
for you guys. I don't know if the malls in Houston are like this, but the mall up here, which is super small, but it's up here, they let people, you can like rent out tables in like the walkway, of the mall. Like I call it the hallway of the mall, right?
Mhm.
And you can set up, and I've seen authors, I've seen like the dried candies kind of set up there,
Mhm.
like different things that you can like monogram and stuff. Do you think for authors, because you have all these Christmas holiday markets, I have a lot that are kicking off this weekend, right? Do you think that that's beneficial for them to do, or do you like to get in front of kids in like their target market? Or would you think that it would be too expensive to do that in like a mall versus like the traction you would get? I don't really know.
Well,
Like,
Well, I was considering a new market downtown where it was like I don't know if it's in the tunnels per se or it was like in one of those really big like an Exxon Mobil building or something where they have like a little
yeah,
Christmas market. So just comparing the cost of the event, the time you're going to be there, are you going to this particular market wanted you to buy insurance, which was really interesting because you weren't even set up outside and
yeah,
I was like, why? But anyway, but those kind of things just take into consideration if you think at least you can make that money back, and if it's worth your time, and if it is worth your time, then you're going to get the exposure and the networking and anything. Even if you don't make your money back, hopefully you can make some connections or letting people know because sitting at home is not going to get people to know about your book. And if you do Amazon ads or if you do other ads, those work too, but there's so many things bombarding people. Just that's one more way of reaching out.
yeah. But do you think
Okay.
like the mall is a good avenue, Russell? What do you think?
Well, I first want to argue a little bit against what Valerie said, but in a complimentary way. Valerie, part of the problem is most people don't have the happy, almost bubbly, welcoming personality you do,
Right.
right? And so there are things that you find effective or you would recommend, but they need to be people like you. And not very
Mhm.
many people are like you like that. I watched you at that fall fair. That table would work at a lot of places that most people won't work at because you have this. I watched it. I found this so interesting, and I'm not that nice of a guy, as you know. So I wouldn't say this if it wasn't true. But I watched for a little while at the way people would, wander down, and it's like you drew them in with your smile and the way you talk and the way you did your eyes right there. You're just like, hey, this is no threat. This is fun. Let's talk.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah. Hmm.
And that doesn't work for most people or a lot of people. So a lot of what you said, yes, sitting at home on the couch doesn't work. But I'm seeing more authors uh, who aren't working it, who sit in their chair and look at their phone while people walk by their table,
Yeah.
I
and
understand
it's
that.
miserable, right?
Yeah.
It's kind
Hmm.
of total failure. You were up, active, talking, saying hello, drawing people in. If you're going to do it, they've got to do it like you do. They can't sit and look at their phone. They've got to be up, happy,
Hmm.
and talking about their book and having a good time.
That had that that Texas Author Book Fest a couple months ago. The people behind me, they had horror books and they had like the best Halloween type decorations. They were dressed in costume. Their booth was big. It was showy. It was just like and you knew what their books were. You didn't even have to guess. And just I was like, oh my gosh, I wanted to go over there just because they had it set up so great. And not that every book has a selling point, but just getting people's attention. That's it. And like you said, engaging with your audience, however it is, even if you just say hello, like hi, these are my books, or just anything. It doesn't have to be, but you have to talk to your audience.
That's true. Because I'm one to be like Sandy was always really good at that, Russell. Sandy would just talk to anyone. She could talk to a fence
I
post.
know. I hated going to conventions with her. It
She
was awful.
worked she worked the room. Like I'm pretty sure she brought me so I would be the one sitting at the table so she could go work the room to send them back to the table. And they would just be like, "Oh, I was told to come here and get X, Y, and Z," right? And I
I
would hand
met
it
her
out.
at a convention. I
I believe
mean,
that.
this whole thing exists because Sandy behaved like that at a convention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like the queen of it. I am one that would, I mean, I don't know. I think because I'm more comfortable in the space, I probably would be different, but I would just be the one behind the table kind of
That
thing.
is not true because I remember when you went to something as Supergirl,
Yes. Yes.
Well,
Costumes.
remember?
okay, Comic
And
Cons are different.
You
you
are
were
not shy,
like
Amy.
one of the centers of the room.
You got okay, but Comic Cons are different. Like I can work a table at a Comic Con. That's no big deal. Like I could do that in my sleep. But I think it's like, I don't know. I'm not okay. I am much better behind the scenes. Like that's just my thing. And you
No,
guys
you've
know this.
always thought that, but that's not really true.
No, it is true.
You still say that, but
Yes.
how many of these shows are you on a week?
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm
Boom, I
better
win again.
visually. I'm better like behind a screen, I guess is a better way of saying it. Like in my comfort zone, in my home, in my comfies, right? Behind a screen talking, I'm what my personality comes out a lot more than in person because one, my personality, if you really get to know me, is a lot. And I'm kind of like Russell. I'm nice to an extent, but it is just a lot. And I am
I know
very
I
loud.
like the mean Amy better myself.
And I am very loud and quirky. And so,
You are quirky.
I
I agree.
I mean, I have
Very
green hair, you
quirky.
guys. I
I
have
mean,
green hair.
we need to go back and really emphasize how
Yes.
quirky
I
you
am
are in a good
quirky.
way.
But it's like
Yeah.
I'm a lot to handle, like I'm a lot to take on in a conversation. So if you have
Sure.
me behind your screen, you can just mute me. Like it's so much easier to mute me than it is in person. So I'm
Well, you're
better
a little
behind the
bit
screen.
different person in person than you are on the screen
I
because
am.
the screen filters some of the
It does.
real Amy.
Well, Amy,
Does.
what kind of
She burns a
promotions do
little
you
hot,
suggest?
Valerie.
Yeah, I
What?
can be a little hot. So Book Fest, you guys with Desiree Duffy, they're doing their holiday promotion, which is like any just holiday related. They're doing it. Newsletter swaps among authors in similar genres. Those are happening. Good Lord, those are happening. Kindle,
Yes.
stuff your Kindle days. I believe there is two happening in December. Okay, you've already missed Black Friday, Small Business Saturday. Today is Cyber Monday, so
Cyber
take
Monday.
advantage of that. Tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. Definitely take advantage of that. But you have all these last minute books coming out as new releases, which pull my hair out because that's just terrifying for a marketing person because it's so saturated. But just looking up different virtual things, kind of like how we're talking about, how the 12 days of page runners is generally how it is, different ways that you can get out there and get your book. And you guys, just so you know, I am in over 750 author promotional groups on Facebook. And I know Facebook, oh my gosh, right? They have redone their groups, you guys. They are fantastic. And you can get a lot of traction within these groups. So I would take advantage of those too if you're running any kind of holiday promotion on an ebook or physical copy of your book or giveaways, whatever. I would take advantage of those because there is so many of them and they will let you promote in there and go into genre specific groups. They have a promotional day for self-published authors. They're generally Tuesday or Wednesday. You can promote your books. You will have to get your hustle on, you guys. I've told all of you guys this. You all should know this. Holidays are super saturated. So if you haven't done anything, you're in like the thick of everything now. It's incredibly difficult, but you can get some traction. But I'm curious about the mall thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll walk into my mall and been like, hey, like, how's your traction going at a table? Are you going to make, because I'm nosy and I have no problem doing that to a
We
complete.
should interview one of those people.
Yeah, I really want to know if it would be beneficial because then I would just send people and been like, hey, look at holiday markets coming up, November and December. Go to those, see what
If
happens.
you find out some good news, let me know. I'll come down there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I will definitely let you know. It's always good to see you. But I don't know, you guys. I think it's exciting. I mean, I can't believe that the end of the year is upon us and that January is going to be here before we know it. I am not Christmas ready at all. Like, I haven't wrapped a damn thing, and I need to. And I haven't
Wait,
finished.
you already bought? I bought 3 presents. That's it. That's it.
I'm so behind. It's not even funny, you guys. Christmas snuck up on
Okay,
me.
we have bought our 2 presents. My
2
wife and I.
presents.
See,
Yes,
and you're no
I
longer
we
homeless.
my present for Christmas, my toy for Christmas is going to be one of those fancy cappuccino machines for our
Ooh,
new kitchen.
okay.
And she was very specific about what she wanted as her new toy. She wanted one of those vacuum robots that
Nice.
go through
Uh-huh.
the house all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she said, "I know it's a vacuum cleaner. That's what I want, though."
Yeah. Get the one that empties. You know, it goes to its base and
Yeah,
empties.
there's one that's specially good with golden retriever hair. That's the
Mhm.
one we're getting.
Oh,
I'm excited for
that's
you.
smart. That's
Let
so
me know
smart.
how that goes. I'm excited for
Mhm.
you.
Yes, because when they moved all of our furniture from the apartment number 5, to the
Mhm.
house, they did not move the extra puppy in fur that was on the floor. And this is when we would sweep every day. It was so gross. You'd have thought
Yeah.
we were pigs.
I get it. I get it. I've got
I
3
get
of
it too.
those.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
totally understand. But you guys, Author Talk will be here next year. It will be our 10th year, you guys. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe it. And it will be here before you know it. So I'm glad that we could all catch up and just let you know how our holidays are going, what promotions and sites we're seeing. I'll be posting them on the Author Talk group too. So if you guys want to head on over there or to any one of our social media channels, I'll tag everybody in it. And if you can take advantage of it and hop on it, go ahead and go for it. But happy December, everybody. I can't wait to see and hear about all of your successes winding out the year. But until next Monday, you guys, stay warm, stay dry, have a fantastic Monday and a great rest of your week. And until next time, bye for now, everybody.